What's going on? You are tuned into Kick'em Pick'em Gambling Show brought to you by TwoFootTalk. I am your host. They call me Young Leg. With me, Mr. BurrOaks. Oaks, what's good, dude?
Oh, not much, man. Fucking hanging in there. Glad that I'm able to do TwoFootTalk this week. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to miss next week. That tooth I broke is finally getting yanked. Monday? So it's gonna be tough for me to talk for an hour when I just had a tooth pulled out of my mouth.
Feel that? Next week, I'm getting a haircut.
Nice, hell yeah! I got fresh fade right before Christmas, so I'm with it.
Oh, some dude came in. He was like, "Dude, it's cold. Why'd you get your haircut?" And I was like, "What? The fuck are we talking about?"
Right?
Like,
like you had hair on your ears. It fucking sucks, dude. Like
I was like, my head can't look any bigger than it already does. I'm sorry. I need that shit trimmed.
Facts. Big dome syndrome's a real thing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's get some things off our chest. Last week we didn't really have a show. We did our little Boxing Day nonsense for a little bit while. So we'll mix in some of that and whatever else has happened to us.
Can I just give a fuck you to Boxing Day? 2 of your 3 games on like television in the US on US for free to everybody. One you ruined with the world's most atrocious red card on Duran. Like, that was absolutely fucking bonkers nuts. Then you were in the next game, and then the third one was a blowout. So, yeah, Boxing Day. England, national spotlight, your biggest day of the year. You completely fumble the bag.
I just wanted more goals. Like, my favorite is when there's always like over 32 and a half goals or something in all the 10 o'clock game or whatever, something ridiculous. There's nothing like that, and thank God. They knew. The books knew. They're like, this might suck unless Liverpool puts it down on somebody. So shout out Liverpool for making it interesting for everybody. Thanks for not wasting our time. I was already awake at that point, but, it's whatever. Also, Man City, don't get too excited. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, stay humble.
Yeah, stay humble, eh? My fuck yous, I got the championship. This is mostly to me. Today was
you fell into the I think I know the championship and started betting today.
I've never had so many pushes in my life. So many pushes. Also, how you gonna have? First of all, your name's dope, and it's your birthday tomorrow, but you're not gonna score a goal. I'm not saying go fuck yourself because it's your birthday and all, but 2 days from now, if I remember, don't be surprised. Chelsea. So this is, again, I guess it's on me for live betting Chelsea once they went 1-0 down against Ipswich. I thought they might even score a goal or something. So that title charge died off real. We had a title charge from Chelsea in December.
And then it's over.
And Chelsea's title charge ended in December. So that was pretty dope. Cole Palmer. It was funny. Right as you start seeing Cole Palmer, Jude Bellingham comparisons, he goes Danny Phantom. Haven't seen him in a few matches. You can't do that if you're getting Jude Bellingham comparisons, okay?
And also, fuck VAR in that game for taking away my Yao Felix goal because that was the last leg of a fucking 3-leg anytime goal scorer parlay at 10-1. So fuck you.
Moving on, I got VAR ref, whatever officials for the Joelinton call. So, mind you, I had Joelinton shot on target. He got that for me for my parlay. I also had a headed shot on target again. And when you get alerted, scores with his head, but then they go back and check it for some reason. They're going, oh, well, he headed it and then it hit his arm. So it's technically not a header now. And I was like, when you watch the replay, one, I did not see it hit his arm until I saw 3 different angles. And I was like, oh, okay. It does deflect off his arm. But also, is that not a handball, though?
Yeah, if it's not a handball, then he scored with his head.
And it's not a handball, what the fuck just happened then? So you're telling me it's cool to just elbow the ball in now? But if you were to head it down, that doesn't count because he headed direct. I really need somebody to re-explain exactly.
Nobody knows what handball is. Literally nobody knows what a handball is, dude. And it's getting it's getting a little out of pocket here.
It was just ridiculous to me that you would try to tell me that's not a header goal. Like, literally, CBS is posting, oh, heads home, Jolinton, blah, 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 blah. But I'm out fucking $90 because you didn't give me my 8-1 fucking Jolinton header shot on target. Shout out Jolinton, though, if you're still just jacking for chicks. What a guy.
Facts.
I also have Leicester on here. I'm not asking a lot from Leicester, but I do need you to score at least one goal when you're at home.
Facts.
Other than that, Vardy party is always, I will always welcome it. I would love to see it. Anytime I see him walking around on a pitch, if I watch him for too long, I live bet him. I can't watch him for too long. But also, like, score any goals because you really should have scored a lot, like a lot in that Man City game. The amount of times I watched the ball just go right in front of the net and nobody hit it, I don't know, just shocking. They probably could have had like 4 in the first half of that game. That game was very frustrating to watch, especially because I live bet Vardy party probably twice. Benfica, I figured this was going to be like a layup game for Benfica playing Sporting, who's on their 3rd manager of the fucking season. No, it was not. Benfica looked like absolute dog shit, and you're looking at somebody that had Di Maria to score assist and Benfica money line, and the game ended 1-0 for Sporting. So, yeah, Portuguese football, woo! That's literally their Super Bowl too. That's all they got.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, what are you watching in Portugal? Oh, do you want to go to this Boa Vista game?
Yeah, Porto's not very good this year, so.
And then finally I have Atalanta on here because, like, just beat Lazio.
Yep,
I had somebody have the audacity. They had the audacity to say Atalanta is a top 3 team in Europe. And then they were like, who are the other 2? And they said, I think they said Bayern and Liverpool. And I was just kind of like, Madrid's already beaten Atalanta twice. So are we second or are we first if they're third? What are we doing with that one? And then ever since that, it's been downhill for Atalanta. And if they did not have Ademola Lookman, they'd be buns.
That's 100% big facts. Lookman is a dog.
Yeah. Shout out CDK. He's also doing well. And what is it? Retekwi, he's been doing solid, but that's Lookman's team.
Shout out Bellanova, too, by the way. If you guys can continue to get Bellanova shot at anything that's like minus 120 or better, I can't. Like, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I'd say he's taken a shot at least in his last 5 out of 6. Like, Bellanova from the midfield. Zappacosta obviously coming back from that injury, so I haven't been riding him nearly as hard. But, yeah, Bellanova for a single shot was still like minus 115 the other day. And like I said, he did in like 5 out of 6. So just keep taking Bellanova just to fucking shoot the ball once.
All right, that's all I got. What do you got for me?
Bournemouth Crystal Palace on Boxing Day. Everybody wants 90 minutes of their lives back. 0-0. Are you fucking kidding me? Chelsea, we already kind of went over them just completely fumbling the bag. I guess I gotta give a little bit of a fuck me, but it's still a long season. I know I'll eventually probably get proven right here. Nottingham Forest, you're just up there holding down second place, huh? You're just up on that table holding down second place. That's really interesting. Man U fans, I'm just going to give you a giant fuck you. I know you're miserable, but you got to stop lying to yourself every time you get a new manager. Like, haha, this is going to fix it. No, it's not, dude. Like, all the players on your team suck. I can't even blame your new manager because it's not like he sucks. It's like he's been there for 4 games and you've been a trash organization for almost half a decade now. Everyone has come out and told you to your face what has been wrong with this club for like almost a decade. You keep blatantly ignoring it and not fixing the root cause of any of the issues. So, like, at the end of the day, you have no one to blame but yourself. I don't even feel bad for you at this point anymore. If you continue to buy into the false hope of Manchester United, that's on you, Playboy.
I think it's even funnier how people thought it was going to be like, I remember talking to people like and I still stand by. I think Honorim's a solid manager, but they were just comparing to what he was doing right now at Sporting. I was like, he's been there for over 3 years.
Right.
He's had 6 transfers windows and 3 years.
Right.
To
That's his team. They play his system that he built. Like, that's the evolution of how you change a locker room, a culture, and a style of play for football. It doesn't happen with, all right, well, you won 1 game, so go win 16 more in a row with dudes you've never met before.
Yeah, y'all still need to fix your fucking leaky ass stadium before you even look at your fucking squad.
Maybe get some look, again, Ronnie can't, like, you guys pushed Ronnie out of the team when he's like, I don't know how you guys want me to fucking train here. I go home every night to train because your fucking facilities are from the 80s, dude. Like, if you're still using the same fucking cable blat pull down machine from 1980, chances are you're a shit club.
Yeah, my man was like, this show was here 20 years ago and it was old. What the fuck?
Right, he's like, you haven't bought new equipment since I came here at like 18, dog.
All right, what else you got for me?
Yeah, I mean, we already touched on the Lazio Atalanta game. Let me go with Tottenham. At home, you can't get the job done against Wolves? Are you serious, my guy? Look, I don't think that the problem is Big Ange. Like, I don't think he's helping, but like, to blame all of life's problems on Big Ange is pretty fucking out of pocket. Son went Casper the Ghost for like 2 months. Yeah, he scored the Olympico, and yeah, he's like putting on right now. Kulusevski's been playing well too. Your back line's fucking atrocious. Your midfield's not very good. You can't protect a lead. Again, it's tough for me to hang all of your problems on Big Ange when you know that systemically there's a giant problem at Tottenham. And
well, let's just call a spade a spade. You replaced Harry Kane with at first Son out of position and now Solanke.
right.
I'll let you know straight up, neither one of them are Harry Kane. So
No.
when your team was based around one guy playing all the offense and you still haven't found anyone else to fill any of those roles, I'm with you. I actually like blaming Ange though. I'm a big fan of blaming him just because it's like, yeah.
It's an easy scapegoat. It's so easy to go, yo, that Australian motherfucker.
Hey, guys, let's just keep putting new managers at Tottenham. It's just like the Man U situation where it's like, oh, well, maybe we put somebody else in charge of this absolutely garbage side. It'll work. Maybe. Like y'all subbed in Timo Werner and we're like, yeah, this is going to be the game changer. What year is it?
What year is it?
Is this the German Cup final? Like, what are we doing?
I don't. Again, listen. I don't have love for AC Milan's manager, but like AC Milan new manager is not gonna fix your problems, man. You guys went and spent real American currency on Emerson Royale. The shit's 100% on you, Playboy. Nobody told you to give Morata a 4-year deal that's touching like 40 M's, dude. Like, nobody told you to go out and buy Morata for 4 years, my guy.
Hey, they respect Morata in Italy. That's why, baby.
I know, but like, just because he did okay at Juve for like a season and a half doesn't mean you needed to give Morata a 4-year deal, boy. I'm just telling you. Shout out Rangers. You know that's my fucking dog. Pulisic is getting healthy. He'll be back soon. I'm kind of upset Chuck Uwasi took a knock. Yeah. But yeah, guys, you didn't need to spend a bunch of money on a like-for-like replacement of Giroud. Like, you heard me yelling last year, just put Okafor at the 9 and figure out what you have, because Okafor is a talented player. He just needs more run to get used to this system. And then you could have had a midfield of fucking Leao, Pulisic, and Chuck Uwasi on the right, and then spent a bunch of money on your back line, and you wouldn't look like complete dog shit. I'm not making this shit up, Milan. I told you guys, I'm wearing the fucking gear right now. I'll manage that team for less than $1 million a season. Just give me a place to live in Milan. Like, it ain't that fucking hard.
Yeah, Maldini couldn't do it. No offense. I don't think you're doing it, man.
Right. I mean, look, you have video game fucking players. Like, it's not hard to go through your lineup and go, actually, that guy's way better than him, so I'm going to put him in the starting 11. Like, it's not fucking hard.
All right, I feel better. You feel better?
I do want to cuss out Lecce for not getting me a goal. Get one fucking goal against Como.
That's on you, bro. Don't disrespect Como, bro.
I'm not disrespecting Como.
Thank God we have Nico Paz on a buyback. Thank fucking God.
Dude, I literally, the first thing I said, I go, when he missed that penalty kick, I go, that's not on Nico Paz. That was a baller-ass save. And then what did he do? He immediately answered and put 5 shots on target and scored a goal that game. Like, Nico Paz, straight up fucking baller. No wonder he signed to a Madrid contract.
Thanks. All right. So tomorrow we have some cup action. And then we have some more cup action on Friday. And then we have one La Liga game. So we're going to get through those ones and then we'll hop into EPL. First one I got Inter versus Atalanta. This is for the cup. I think this is the Super.
This is the Super Cup.
The Italian Super Coppa.
Does this do extra time or does this go straight to penalty kicks?
I have no fucking idea.
Neither do I.
This is one of those trophies that you're just like, when you're doing the grand total, you're like, oh yeah, shit, we got 5 trophies this year. But when you're like looking at your trophies, it is just not one of like, it's like maybe like the 4th or even 5th most important. Where you're like,
This trophy is for Juve to hang their hat on and go, we won the Coppa Italia and the Italian Super Cup this year. That's good enough.
Yeah, that's a domestic double right there, guys.
Right. That's what this is, the tournament specifically so Juve can hang their hat on. We brought home 2 trophies.
This game really depends on a lineup for me and just how disrespectful the number is on Atalanta. If I could get Atalanta on any sort of spread at all, I would run with it, but I'm really just looking for goals here. Lookman, I have already said his name many times. That's exactly what I'm going for. If you are scared, take him to score or assist. If you're not, I like him for 2 shots on target. I like him for a goal straight up. CDK, another good one for shots. Inter, Calhanoglu. I jokingly say there will be a penalty and he'll get a shot on target. It's weird how often it happens. Like, Inter really is just Italian Barca. It's fucking crazy how often that man's just getting free fucking 12-yard shots on target and usually a goal. Both teams to score over 2.5. Number probably sucks. I would genuinely be perfectly comfortable going to over.
It doesn't, by the way. Both teams to score alone is minus 135 over on Caesars.
Oh, really? Why the fuck don't they think there's going to be any goals?
Yeah. I think it's because it's the Super Cup. So I like both teams to score at minus 135. My thing is, if this has no extra time and it goes straight to PKs, like, I really like the draw here at plus 240. Like, I could definitely see this a 1-1 and then being like, all right, whatever, we'll go PKs. We'll get through this real quick. If it does involve extra time, though, I do think somebody will push for a win because both of these guys do have, like, Champions League's not until like the 21st. But, like, yeah, I mean, it's a little crowded schedule, winter break. So I like both teams to score here. If this has extra time, I'll have to read into the rules. I might get involved with Atalanta, draw no bet or double chance, something like that. But this does have pretty big draw energy for me, especially if it goes straight to PKs. You already heard me mention the Bellanova shot. Another trend I want to point out to you guys is DeMarco just to take 2 shots. It was like minus 130 the other day. He had that in the first half. Like, DeMarco's had 2 or more shots, and I want to say like 7 of his last 10 games. Like, just if you can find that sort of number on now, DeMarco was on the road last game, but Inter was still a heavy favorite. They're at home this time in the San Siro, but this is a much more balanced game. So if you can find DeMarco just to take 2 shots, I think that's a banger. And I know he didn't score last time for Inter in their 3-0 win, but, like, if you're getting off Thuram right now, you're out of your fucking mind. The dude's hotter than the sun.
She's hotter than the sun. All right, moving on. I got Juve versus Milan, other side of the cup. Oaks already said it. This does just feel like a Juventus trophy. That it'll be a down year, but you know what? Thiago Motta has already won a trophy in his first blah 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 months of managing. So I'm taking Juve straight up on the money line. I don't think they're going to do anything crazy. I think this game actually might suck to watch. Look at Milan and just think about who they're going to have to put in their attack since we get no Pulisic and no Chukwueze. I'm assuming that they're going to get a little creative there. If they put Musa at right wing again. I love Musa, big Musa guy, but
Not right wing.
Right wing. I love Juve here on the money line, and I wouldn't be upset taking like under 2 goals.
Yeah, no, under 2.5 is minus 130. That's exactly what I have here. I think Milan, you can say new manager bounce back. Who the fuck's going in this Milan lineup that you're confident is scoring a goal? Because it certainly ain't fucking Leao. Like,
I think it's Leao.
You guys know I like Leao. He needs to play better. Like, I can't stress this enough. We've seen him be better. Just be better, dog. I also, again, you guys know how I feel about Morata. I compare every big fuck off over 6 foot center who like really struggles to score goals, but is still going to end up with 20 for the year, but should have had 35. Blanks country Morata. So like I'm not a big Morata guy, and Morata has to have service to be any sort of effective. And if you're who's getting him service? Are you relying on RLC to get him service? Because RLC's shooting that motherfucker. Rangers, who can give service. Leao, who can give service when he keeps his fucking head up and doesn't get dispossessed. Musa, if he like with no Chukwueze, no Pulisic, like this team just lacks a lot of teeth. Their defense sucks. I think Juve probably does win this. I like the under, but Rangers, 2 shots, shot on target. We know he's balling out. He's fucking looking great for AC Milan despite all the injuries. And Weston McKennie is the best outfield player on Juventus. I'll take him for a shot on target, and I might even take him for a dime straight up.
Yeah, I love throwing just like a half quarter unit on Weston dime straight up.
Right, because it's like 8-1.
Yeah, you're usually getting like 8-1, 6-1 odds on it.
And you're like, oh, that's right. He continues to lead Juventus in assists for like the last 18 months.
Yeah, good guy. Big fan.
Plays everywhere on the pitch, too. Like literally anywhere you ask him to play on the pitch. He's shout out the young bull American. He's my favorite.
All right, we got one more midweek game here. This is a Friday game. We got Valencia versus Real Madrid. This is a makeup game. When all the shit was going down in Valencia. How do we say stuff without being disrespectful of Valencia? Real Madrid minus 1.5 might be one of the easiest bets of all time for me. I think Valencia will score. It'll probably be like Hugo Doro or whatever, insert ex-Madrid player. But I really, just watching how Jude, Mbappe, and Vinny, everybody, by the way, already back in training. They're back in training yesterday. After their celebrations, it was today. Today's the first, right? Yeah. After their respective celebrations, to see them all back in training immediately, because Madrid has a game every 3 days this month, and a lot of you might be worried about that. But I'm on the Fede Valverde mindset of fucking rack them up and let's get them down. I don't give a fuck. Valencia, you are unfortunately the first game of the year for us. Do you remember the last time that Real Madrid lost the first game of the year? Me neither, because I don't think I was alive. So, unfortunately, Valencia, it's kind of like the season opener for Real Madrid here. It's not, but the trend is going to go the same way, where you're probably going to get your shit pushed in. This is a stadium that we know Vinny does not like, and they do not like him. I love Vinny for a card. He's fresh off his suspension also, so he has plenty of room to get more yellow cards. I also am going to take an Mbappe win cast. If his shirt isn't tucked in before the game, forgot I ever said it, erase it from my board. But if his shirt is tucked in, I'm going to take Vinny for an assist and Mbappe for a goal.
Nice. Love it. Yeah. Madrid, obviously, is going to win this game. Valencia, you're a bunch of racist scumbags. Let's just get that out of the way first and foremost. Sorry your city flooded, but that doesn't make you any less racist scumbags.
That's not true. It might have.
That's true. It might have. It actually, like a couple hundred people died. Like you gotta think at least a couple of them were racist scumbags, right?
I don't know. You never know. You know, God works in mysterious ways.
Anyway, jokes, people. Vinny for a goal is plus 150. Seems pretty disrespectful to me.
Yep.
Couldn't find the number on these because it's way too early. But Vinny for an assist, I'm going to take that. I told you at the beginning of the year, I'm going to take Vinny for an assist every single game, and I'm willing to die on that hill until it goes below like minus 220. If Vinny's in the lineup and his numbers above like above plus 220 for an assist, I'm going to take it every game. Fetty for a shot on target, and Rudiger's had a shot in like, I want to say 11 of his last 10 games across all competitions, club and country. So
Vinny assist on FanDuel is plus 170.
That's terrible. FanDuel has terrible assist markets because they're really soft on grading them.
I would still take it too. That's a funny thing. Next one I got. We're going over to the EPL. First things first, Tottenham versus Newcastle.
Newcastle fucking wagon.
So I've been on Newcastle, and sometimes I'm trolling when I go Newcastle's the best team in England. But then you watch them play and just watch them absolutely steamroll some fucking teams. And
this Newcastle specifically, too. Like this healthy midfield Newcastle, Trippier back Newcastle.
Isak on, what is it now, 6 games in a row with a goal. This guy, we've tried to warn you. We really did.
Told you some Sociedad players.
We tried to say this, when he's at his full capacity, when he's fully healthy, he's kind of unguardable. He's got the footwork. He's huge. He's long. He's quick still. And he's got that snapshot, and he can just alter his body and score however he wants when he gets comfortable. It's just very fun to watch, and nobody on Tottenham is going to be able to stop it. They're actually going through a little bit of an injury crisis, it looks like, on the back line as well. Yep. But as soon as I've just been blindly taking Newcastle money lines. The only teams that I would be nervous about Newcastle playing is, it's on my board, and it's going to piss off a lot of people for their cup match, but it's probably Liverpool, and for some reason, I think Chelsea matches up really well against Newcastle, and I hate it.
Because they like to play fat. Yeah, because that's really the only way you get to Newcastle is you have to be able to do line-breaking passes and get in deep behind them.
Yeah, I am worried about City. No offense to Arsenal. I think that would end up being like a set-piece battle between those two, but Newcastle is extremely good at guarding set pieces. So that's why I think that game would be really interesting. We'll see what January brings. It's a transfer window. But I'm on Newcastle here. This may be one of those performances where Big On just pulls something out of his ass, and we're just like, wow.
It is Tottenham at home. This is where he does pull something out of his ass.
If James Maddison starts, it's going to be a James Maddison game for me because he was picking between Tottenham and Newcastle, and he picked Tottenham over Newcastle. I felt that was disrespectful. I took that personally. But yeah, give me all the Newcastle and just keep betting you. You know what's even more fun about betting Isak and just betting Isak win cast is how damn fast this guy scores. He scored in 4 minutes this weekend. He scored in 4 fucking minutes. What a guy. You know how fun it is to be like, oh, my goal scorer already won, and this other team sucks.
Right, and we're up 2-0 at half.
Wow. This is a great Saturday. Wow.
Yeah, I'm with you. Newcastle's a fucking wagon right now. We've been saying it for a couple of weeks. This Newcastle team looks healthy. They look good. This midfield is absolutely feeding families. And by midfield, I mean every single fucking person in the midfield. Guimarães, Tonali, Joelinton, shots on target, fucking Trippier, Trippier in charge of set pieces, shot on target, Schär, who we love on the back line for club and country. This team is clicking on all fucking cylinders right now. Isak's anytime goal is plus 105. They've finally figured out that you have to stop giving us over plus 150 for Isak to score because he's got 13 fucking goals now. I still think it's playable at plus 105. And Kulusevski for a shot on target. I know he's been cooling down a little bit. He had that game where he ran 5 scores in a row, but I'm still Kulusevski shot on target at anything minus 115 or better. I'm gonna keep running with.
You know what I said that pissed off my one friend who's a City fan in the group chat?
What up?
I said I would take this Isak over Haaland, and then he was just like, Shut the fuck up. Holland's a record goal scorer. I said I would take this Isak over this Holland.
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh, one bad form," and I was.
Did you tell him to stay humble?
No, I should have.
You should tell him.
He literally was just like,
humble.
he was like, "Why?" Because one bad run of form, and I was like, "Yes."
And you know how in his head he is about saying stay humble. He called Arteta and apologized, bro. Like he's seen on Twitter.
That's why he scored again. All right, moving on. We got a lot of English games here. Aston Villa versus Leicester. Who breaks first? Both these teams need a fucking bounce back really, really bad. Leicester's looking at relegation. Aston Villa just can't figure out shit. Their form explains exactly how their entire season has been going. I remember one person mentioning something about, remember when they were top of the Champions League and you guys got excited? Wow, look, we have 2 English teams up there. Yeah, yikes. How did that turn out? But they should win this at home. That's why the odds look like that. But if I was going to do anything, it would probably be both teams to score. But I also don't know if I trust either of these teams to get me a third goal or to like go out and get all 3 points. So I can't even pair it with anything to make it super bettable. It's going to be like now multiple different games of me taking both teams to score in multiple games. I missed the Ollie Watkins birthday game, and I'm really upset about it. And I don't think the form continues for Ollie Watkins.
I don't disagree with you. I will say Morgan Rogers has been holding it down for me. I like Morgan Rogers. You guys know it looks like Bailey's back. So unfortunately, the Matty Cash train is starting to lose a little bit of momentum. But with no Duran, it'll be interesting to see how that like Unai Emery substitution, because he does like to go with early subs, kind of like fits in, especially with Duran still being suspended on that red. I think Leicester can get us a goal, but like, yeah, I don't super trust Villa to get all 3 points here at home. I don't know. A lot of tough numbers in this one. I didn't have much for it.
If Tielemans starts, I will be taking his for the revenge angle. I'll take his shot on target outside the box.
I do love that. Yeah, give me Tielemans for everything versus Leicester. Yeah, that's big facts.
Moving on. Next, we got Palace versus Chelsea. Now, if this was 3 weeks ago, I'm not even going to mention this game. However, we're at the point now where Chelsea's minus 110 against Crystal Palace. Now, if Chelsea had like a bad history against Palace, I'd argue for you here. I'm fucking running with that Chelsea money line. You guys can try to talk me out of it. They've had 2 bad performances now. Yeah, and they're about to play Crystal Palace in London. It's a London derby, one that Chelsea almost always fucking wins. Go and look back through the last, 10 games. I think Chelsea won at least 8 of them. I think they have maybe 1 loss, and it might have even been at the Bridge, so their record might be better at Selhurst Park than it is at the Bridge in the last 10. But Chelsea money line at minus 110 is absolutely.
The last time Chelsea lost this head-to-head, I mean, there was a draw or 2 in there. The last time they lost this head-to-head was in 2017, guys.
Yeah. They play twice a year.
Twice a year, every year.
Yep, at least.
And then throw in some FA Cup matches that Chelsea won all of.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It seems, again,
it's a derby. It's literally a derby, guys. It's different.
You're talking to a guy who bet Chelsea after they went down. So, I do have this like a little bit of blind confidence for them. But like I see minus 110 and I see Crystal Palace on the other side. No matter what fucking team that is, it's always going to be kind of like, do they really think that they could somehow?
It's 2025, guys. It's 2025, guys. 8 years without a Chelsea loss to Crystal Palace. 8 fucking years.
We'll see. Cole Palmer bounce back game. It is a shit team, and then I can start a narrative that he only scores against shit teams.
I do think Crystal Palace can get us a goal, though. I like both teams to score here.
Well, yeah, if Eze starts, I'm in on that.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got Brighton versus Arsenal. I actually think this is going to be a fantastic game.
Always is. This is a cracker of a game because Brighton just knows how to get under Arsenal's skin.
I also am like, I know it's probably not going to be good for the team, but as far as narratives and the script goes, I need Danny Welbeck to start. I really do. I need it injected in my fucking veins, really. Brighton is going to make this ugly. They're going to make it very frustrating. This is a card game for me. Can't wait to find out who the ref is. Hopefully he's not a card pussy. But if Declan Rice is playing, I know how that Brighton backline and midfield works. And he's one of the ones that they're going to be picking at the whole time. I'm taking him for a card. Same thing with Timber. He seems to get a card every fucking match. Whoever that young bull Skelly is, if he starts on the other side, what is he, like 18? Dealing with this Brighton team, I'm sorry. I'm going card heavy, especially if I see like Thomas Partey in the midfield too. Like Arsenal, you just got too many people that I know will either continuously hack at people or bitch at the ref. And I love you guys for it. I do think Arsenal will win this game, but I do think Brighton also is going to get us a goal and they're going to make it interesting. So I'm looking at cards overs. I'm looking at both teams to score over 2.5, and I'm looking at Arsenal money line.
Yes,
picking a goal scorer. Wait, hold on. Are we still in the 6-game period for how many games?
Baby J?
Yeah, how many games has Baby J played? What do we have? 4?
I don't know. He did go Casper the Ghost the other day, though.
He scored today, though, right?
Did he? I don't know. I didn't watch the game, unfortunately.
He scored today.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, he scored the first one, so. I'm just saying the Baby J, the Baby J forms like 6 to 7 games, and then he'll either get hurt or you forget he's on the team.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm with it. Both teams to score over 2.5 is sitting around like minus 110-ish. I think Arsenal on the money line at minus 125 is a really good look. But Brighton always gives Arsenal trouble, so just be aware.
Great kit game. Should be just nice and blue and red.
Yep.
Moving on. Liverpool versus Man U. Remember this used to be an English classic, guys? Like one of the most sought after derbies. Oh man, it used to be lit. Like in the mid 2000s, this shit was fucking awesome.
I do remember when Man U used to be relevant. Yes.
God, that shit was awesome. I got Liverpool minus 1.5. Salah will score.
Yep.
It's not even going to be a good number, but I'd feel stupid not putting it on something. Whether you're taking it on for like a win cast.
Out of contract Salah, dude. Like, how have they not just... And he said he'd take a short-term deal. Like, How have you not just thrown a bag at him and fixed this problem?
Well, even if you wanted to sell him, you still need to throw... He's done in 6 months.
Right. Like, you can't... you're not... You're going to let him walk for free?
It's like the people that are getting mad that Trent's going to go for free. And it's just like, well, hold on. You're getting mad at Madrid. They offered you money. You said no. And the players come out and said that he's going to sign with his team. So now us and the player have been upfront about trying to get you money for the sale, and you are ignoring it. But then we're scumbags.
And we don't even, to be honest, like me and Leg are both on the same page. We don't really need Trent Alexander.
English fucking Vasquez? Someone tried to argue with me. Dude, you haven't been watching Trent. He's been a lot better at defense. And I was like, I have been watching Trent. He still can't position himself, and his duels are under 50%. And unfortunately for y'all, I've watched him for years too. So I will agree with you. He is getting better. It's still not good.
Right. He's still a midfielder who just plays right back.
Yeah, it's just still not good.
Speaking of which, I did text Leg last night. I'm like, yo, you think Kimmich will play right back? Because, he's available.
Yes, I've been on that. Let's go. I also think that Man City should offer Bayern a bag for him in January.
So, yeah, I'm out of nice things to say about Man U, and I'm not going to try.
Oh, they're about to sell Casemiro, too, so I'm out on them completely. All right, moving on. We got Wolves versus Forest. This is a very bettable number for Forest, but let me just ask you, are Wolves back? Do they avoid relegation? Or
yes, they will avoid relegation.
Did they just play 2 shit teams?
They played 2 shit teams. They might be able to avoid relegation, but they're probably not beating this Forest.
Oh, they are out of relegation right now. And the teams below them are Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton, which, yeah. Ipswich is the closest, and they're the only team that I don't care about at all. I would be sad to see Leicester or Southampton go. Forest, I got a plus 135 on the money line. I love that number. I'll probably take Big Wood for a shot on target. I'm not as confident in his goal anymore. He did just score over the weekend, but it's getting a little bit too streaky for me, and I'll wait for the next hot streak. And if we're on the hot streak right now, I'll apologize next week, but I just don't have the confidence in him right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not going to try and overcomplicate it. There's probably going to be some player props I get involved in when I see the lineups, but for me, it's Nottingham on the money line plus 135.
Yeah, I love that money line for them. All right, I got 3 more games. Weird weekend after the winter break. Not everybody's playing. We're going over to Italy, though. We got Fiorentina versus Napoli. Now, I wore this purple because it's the new Real Madrid Chinese New Year one, and it's fresh as fuck. But also Fiorentina, what's good, my guys? I love Fiorentina on the double chance here. I think this is going to be if you're not used to calcio football, if you're not used to like Italian football, this might be a rough one to watch. I will just knowing how both these managers roll and just like how absurd De Gea has been playing.
Yep.
If you're trying to go and see goals, this might not be the match for you. We got Lukaku missing pens, and Moise Kean, I have nothing bad to say. Fucking my guy, Moise Kean. Thank you for getting a goal and 2 shots on target against Juve. But this one, Antonio Conte ball, I think it's going to be very boring, but I like Fiorentina on the double chance. I do think both teams score. It gives me big 1-1 energy, or I'm hoping Fiorentina just take it.
Yeah, look, I think the number on Napoli money line is really nice at plus 140. But I'm with you. I like both teams to score here a lot at minus 118. It does feel big draw energy, just a 1-1 draw. That said, Keane for an anytime goal at plus 250 is flat out disrespectful. Obviously don't have the number for it yet, but like McSauce just to put a shot on target, like you got to keep riding that. And Guisa's been looking really good in this midfield as well for Napoli. I like a lot of this Napoli team, but we all know that Conte does play some boring shit ass football. And they're probably going to spend some money here in the transfer window if they can. I don't know. It does feel a lot like a 1-1 draw. I think both teams to score is probably my best look at minus 118. I don't necessarily want to get involved in a side here, but I think that the over 2.5 at plus 114 looks really good if you think that you get a third goal here.
Oh, and just how I know this game will probably go. Yassine Adli, I'm getting his shot. Not shot on target, his shot at a plus sign. Anytime they play like a top 6 side in Italy that knows how to actually play defense, he does not care how far out he is. He will jack for chicks. That's my guy. Shot on target, or just a shot, I mean, last week against Juve was plus 125. And he took 2. So just light work from my guy. Also, some beautiful hair. And he's one of those guys that just gets up, dries his hair, and just walks out. And you're just like, that he has that I don't give a fuck, but it somehow still looks good hair. Moving on. We got the Roman derby. It's Roma versus Lazio. I hate both these teams. Roma has more players that I like, and I think it's going to be an awesome kit game, but I hate both of these teams. I hate this game. Did I do anything? Oh, yeah, I have cards. I have cards in this game. I have both teams to score and cards. That's what I ended up putting on my board for this one. Dybala is still a wagon as far as shots on target and shots on target outside the box. If his to score assist number is a plus sign, I would take it. He takes a lot of their set pieces as well. Paredes card, shot. Mancini card. Other than that, good luck, Lazio. I like baby blue. That's a cool color.
Yeah, Roma sucks. Roma's gotten better at scoring. I'm not ready to buy into Roma's form completely yet. And Lazio's defense is pretty ass. I love both teams to score here at minus 130. I can easily be talked into the over 2.5 at plus 100. So, like, you can take either of those straight if you want to. I think if you pair them together and get like plus 135, plus 140, you're looking pretty good there.
All right, last game. It's the French Super Cup. We have PSG versus Monaco.
I didn't know this one was happening.
I am going to say what I've been saying about all the games that I watched less than a week ago. I just saw this shit. PSG won 4-2. Both teams the score number over 2.5, minus 120. Both teams the score number minus 160. Those are free. I'll be honest, straight the fuck up. Those are free.
Yep.
Neither of these guys, I don't even know what their back line's going to look like because they like to shuffle that shit around. That's no bueno for a back line. Donnarumma just had his face smashed in. I don't think he's playing. Backup goalkeeper, different lineups on your back line. That doesn't lead to clean sheets. So I'm going for goals here.
Show me Kenyon Lee in the lineup too.
I would love to see Kenyon Lee in the lineup. They've been playing Young Bull over him, and Barcola has finally cooled off. On the flip side, Monaco. Who's going to start up front for them? Is it going to be our boy? Who's going to start up front for them?
I don't think it's Balogun. I think Balogun's still hurt.
He's hurt. What's his face?
Mbolo?
Yeah, Mbolo. I like what's his face that plays on the right wing, Akaluyochi or whatever. The really hard to say. I like him for his shot on target. His shoot. Anyone that's young in France, whenever they play PSG, it's essentially a tryout. Shh, guys, don't let PSG or any other French league fans. It's pretty much just a tryout to go play at the only good team in France. So, like, when you're like 22 and under, and you're about to play against PSG, you got to ball out. Because it's like, oh, we're going to buy him, so you don't have him, and then we just have somebody else that's better than anyone else you have.
Yep.
That's essentially what Bayern's been doing in the German league for like a decade. So just know that they're going to do that. So any young bulls you see, cards or dribbling too much. Pretty much how it's going to go.
Yep.
All right. I got a wheel.
Wheel.
I actually did like just in case I didn't have enough games, I made like a different segment of like Christmas wish lists for different clubs. But then I started getting mean. So I was like, I won't do that. But wheel. Let's see. Who hit last week?
I hit both the parlay and the golden booty.
Ooh, Lester did me dirty. Damn. Lester, you couldn't get me a draw, you fucking bums. And then I took Jonas Wind. That was really
a big mistake, yeah. Massive fucking mistake, yeah.
And worth it. All right. Oaks is going to start us off. Here we go.
Move with the rhythm. Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
I don't know, Jonathan David?
All right, I was going to say, so you can either have League One or you can have me respin for you because I just took Bundesliga out because I forgot there's no Bundesliga games.
Yeah, no, I'll take Jonathan David.
All right. They're playing Nantes, so that's actually a good bet.
Yep.
I actually have Lille money line over 1.5 versus Nantes on my board, so
nice.
I'll go for that. Probably going to be a penalty kick. The purple one, what is it? Here we are.
Move with the rhythm. Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
Like, one thing about having Madrid on there still is the fact that we're the only game that's playing. So
right.
Take Vinny for a goal.
There you go.
Yeah. And that's how you lock up a golden booty, guys. You make it so you can only bet on Madrid players. All right. Well, I'm just going to go through my 15, and we'll get the fuck out of here. I'll tell you what I put on Arsenal fans' Christmas wish list, Oaks. But anyway, starting with my 15, I got Mbappe win cast, plus 120. It's Valencia, and he hasn't experienced it yet, so I'm assuming Vinny's just filling them in, so he's going to hate them as well. And if his shirt's tucked in, it's a bucket. Juve money line versus Milan, plus 135. Newcastle money line at Tottenham, plus 130. City, West Ham, both teams to score over 2.5, minus 130. Chelsea money line at Palace, minus 110. Bournemouth, Everton under 2.5, minus 120. Arsenal money line at Brighton, minus 125. Liverpool minus 1.5 versus Man U is minus 145. Holy shit. Forest money line at Wolves plus 135. Fiorentina double chance versus Napoli minus 165. Roma Lazio both teams to score minus 135. Roma Lazio over 4.5 cards. I don't have a number for that. Leo money line over 1.5 versus Nantes minus 105. PSG Monaco both teams to score over 2.5 minus 120. And then Newcastle money line at Arsenal in the cup plus 425.
All right.
And don't fucking disrespect Newcastle like that again. Remember when I seen that? I just put do I have a free one? Yep, here you go. I'm not even going to look at it again. Next week, I'm just going to laugh. Yo, Arsenal, there goes more silverware for you because he disrespected Newcastle. Pretty fucked up. Plus 425? Are you fucking serious? Are we fucking real? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, wait, my parlay. I got Madrid minus 1, Liverpool minus 1, Chelsea money line. How's it lose?
I don't know if I have 15, but I'll read you guys off what I do have. It's Newcastle money line. I'm with leg. Bournemouth versus Everton screams 1-1 draw to me. So like I like both teams to score the under 2.5. I like the draw straight up there. I'll go with leg. I'll take the under 2.5. I found it at plus 100 if you guys shop around. Brighton versus Arsenal, both teams to score over 2.5, sitting around minus 110-ish. Shop that around. Nottingham Forest on the money line, plus 135 over on DraftKings. Vinny anytime goal, plus 150 over on MGM. I don't have the number for it, but I'm just gonna put it on my card. Fetty shot on target. I guarantee it'll be a plus number. Rudiger, I'm not sure if he's still going to be plus just for a single shot, so I'm not going to put that on the card. But Fetty, I guarantee you his shot on target's a plus number. We're going to roll with it. Venezia versus Empoli. Both teams to score, minus 110. Love that over in Italy. Fiorentina versus Napoli. Give me both teams to score at minus 118 over on FanDuel. Roma versus Lazio. I'll take both teams to score for sure at minus 130. Go ahead and make it, go ahead and make it both teams to score and over 2.5 if you want. So that's 10. Italian Super Cup. Give me Inter versus Atalanta. Both teams to score minus 135. Juve versus AC Milan. Give me under 2.5 at minus 130. And give me Rangers for a shot on target there. So that's the best I can do. I got 13. So let's do a little parlay action. It's too expensive to put as a straight parlay hit last week. So we're going to kind of try and match that energy here. We won't try and match that energy. We're going to swing for the fences here. We're going for games that we think are going to have a lot of goals in them. So we're going to take Brighton, Arsenal, both teams to score over 2.5. We are going to take Roma versus Lazio, both teams to score over 2.5. And we are going to take Madrid minus 1.5.
Here for it. All right, that's all we got for you guys. Make sure you go and grab yourself some gear for the new season, new year, new season, all that jazz. DFTdrip.com. We got the drip for you. We got some new hats. And
this one I knew. This one's old as shit. You can tell by the dirty ass sweat stains.
Yeah, well, don't worry, because now we got new golf hats on the store with Oaks and Leg separate logos on them, as well as some new Fishman's beanies.
Oh yeah,
super soft. And I have 3 coming to my house right now. We'll see what happens.
Fuck yeah.
Make sure you follow us at 2FootTalk. That's at TWO FootTalk. All the action, all the streams, everything will be sent through there. All the pics. And
I like that new font on the ad.
We're getting fancy out here, dude. I don't know if you can tell. You can follow me at A Young Leg. You can follow Oaks at BurrOaks77. All the links are down below in the description. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, go ahead and click that. If you're on Twitter watching us on X, the Everything app, make sure to follow. Other than that, fuck what you heard.
It's what you're hearing.
Go TwoFootTalk.
We out.